This is Mark Anthony with Mercury Time Price Analytics, and welcome to our weekend update video for S&P E-mini futures trading. This video is being recorded on Sunday, April 19th. So if you've been considering trading the E-mini, and maybe you've been a little bit intimidated by the fast and apparently random movement, what you see on the screen takes the guesswork out of trading the E-mini futures. Every one of these horizontal lines on the chart here are mathematical algorithms. None of these support and resistance levels are manually put on the chart. For example, if you and I looked at this chart pattern, we could say, okay, this is a resistance level here, and this is a support level down here, and this is a resistance level here, which then broke and gave us this fast move Thursday. Every line that's on this chart is generated by a mathematic time price algorithm. And if this is the first of these videos that you've seen, I've mentioned many times that these are the same time cycle algorithms that the institutional algos use. They're no different. And the proof of that is all over this chart, you can see moves exactly, many times to the tick, to these levels. And then price will reverse or find support or come into resistance. And so imagine that these levels weren't on here, and we were just looking at this price pattern. It seems incredibly violent, incredibly random. Fast move up, fast move down, back up, back down, up, down, and then you get a moonshot. But every line on this chart is a mathematic algorithm. When I run the algorithms, it gives me the price levels, and then I simply overlay those levels on the chart along with the specific name for that particular algo pivot. And so now when you look at the chart with these algo metrics on here, there's nothing random about it. You get a move up here exactly to this pivot. You come down here to this pivot. You come back up exactly to this one. You come down, you come back up a little bit below it, and then what does it do? It comes down to this pivot. Goes back up near this one again, comes down, tries to find a little bit of support, and then it breaks, and then it comes down to this level, that breaks, comes down to this level, goes right back up here, and it does this over and over and over again. Right up to this level, comes down here, finds support, right down there within a tick of our trend change warning pivot, back up again. And so with the aid of these algorithmic metrics and pivots, I'm not going to say trading futures is easy. It's never easy. It's very risky. But with these metrics, can you see how beautifully this trades from level to level to level? Let's talk about what we had here at the end of the day. So this is Thursday. In the afternoon, you had this fast move down into about 27.58. And at that point, it became obvious that there was going to be some news about lifting the lockdown restrictions. And actually what happened was someone from the administration had leaked word of that to the Washington Post. Once that filtered into the tape, you got this move in the afternoon right up into here. And right there is your 4 o'clock futures close. In the settlement period after the day session closed, that 30-minute period from 4:30 to 5 o'clock, you got this fast move up to about 28.32, and that's right where it settled at 5 o'clock. When we had the Globex open at 6 o'clock on Thursday evening, you had this huge gap up. Now, once again, to show you that our algorithmic systems are, just mystifyingly accurate. At 5 o'clock when the futures close, I take all the data for the day. We put it into our computer system. and it generates what we call Mercury bands, and the Mercury bands are long cycle pivots. The Mercury band levels are distributed to our members, and they're also overlaid on the chart here so that our members can see the live chart. And the way the live chart works, our members just go to Zoom. You just get a free Zoom account, and each day we give our members a new code. So when they log in, they're going to see our computer screen with the E-mini futures moving in real time, up and down and back and forth from these levels. Now, here's the data that was generated, and this is done after 5 o'clock Eastern time when the market closes. You got that 1 hour closure. These levels are generated, distributed to our members, and these give you the Mercury bands for Globex that evening, Thursday evening the 16th, and for the day session the next day. Now, notice where the Mercury band upper extension is, 2862.35. Remember that price, 2862.35. What was the Globex open that evening? 2863. Less than 3 ticks from this price. That's where it opened. You can see it right there. Now, how do you do that? It's not magic, it's math. But you have to have a knowledge of the same time cycles and the same algorithmic metrics that the institutions are using. So we put that level out for our clients, and you have a massive gap up to less than 3 ticks. Now you can see what happened. It bounced around in there. It came up to this upper extension at 81, actually went to 85. And then you come down here and ultimately you break that. And where did it stop on Friday morning? Right here at our trend confirmation pivot, 28-20-22. So we were short Friday morning. And what you do as price is coming down, you just see if it's going to hold these pivots. And if it doesn't hold one, it's going to go to the next one. And this is where it found support. And when it finally does find support, well, that's when you take off. In this case, it was a short position. Now, let me zoom in on this chart, show you something a little bit closer up. Not very good grammar, excuse me for that. Something more close up. Now, what you've got on this screenshot is just the longer cycle pivots, because on our live chart for our members, these are our day trade algos, these are our longer cycle swing trade algos. So let's go back to this chart here. Now, you look at the shaded circles here. There are 22 points of direct contact with these pivot levels in one day. Now, let me ask you a question. Everybody's got their bias, whether it's bullish, bearish. Whether you're bullish or bearish, how many trades can you find on this chart in one day? You're bullish, you buy it here. You're bearish, you sell it here. You come down here and you found support 3 times. The midday, this was the second short that we took when it came up here into our midday pivot. And so we shorted that, and you had another move down. But you've got 22 points of contact where these pivots were fulcrum price levels, either resistance or support, resistance. And here you have an area that had been resistance, that when it broke, you got that fast move up again. So these markets, going back to what I said in the beginning, these markets appear violent and random, and they're simply not. You can trade this tape, and as a trader, you want movement. The hardest market to trade is a market that doesn't go anywhere. You want this kind of movement, but imagine trading this without these metrics. I mean, who knows? Is this going to stop here, or is it going to keep going? Is it going to just blast up right through here, or is it going to stop? Well, we can see it stopped, so as it pulls back, then you can take a short entry with a stop on the other side. Or down here, you could buy this with a stop on the other side below that pivot. And so the most important thing about trading is risk management. Well, if you have these pivots and you're looking at them on your computer screen, because when you log into the live chart, this is what you see. You see these metrics. When you log into the live chart, you can trade long or short against these pivots, and you just put a stop on the other side. If you're short into this pivot, your stop's right on the other side. If you're long into this pivot, your stop's just underneath. And that's the way you trade this. And so what you're doing is you're giving yourself a high probability entry because you know when your risk is. Imagine that you were thinking of buying this level. Well, where are you going to put your stop? I mean, there's nothing but air down here. Well, if it comes down into this pivot, for example, and it stops, and you're bullish and you want to buy this level, you know where to put your stop. You put it just underneath this pivot. And so that's the value of our systems. Now, if you haven't been to our website before, it's mercurysignals.com. And we have a special running right now. We dropped the prices. This is only going to be for a short period of time. We are right now offering the lowest price we have ever offered for our E-mini S&P trading service. And with that, you get NQ as well. So this is the lowest price that we have ever offered by quite a bit. And we're not going to offer this for a long period of time. Now, the nice thing is if you decide to try out our service, number one, we bill bi-weekly, so you're not even committed to a month. If you come in and you try it for a couple of weeks and you don't like it, we don't even bill you a month in advance. It's 2 weeks at a time. And so you have the flexibility that you can cancel anytime you want. But we also give you a lifetime rate lock. So if you decided to take advantage of the pricing that we are offering right now, which we have never offered before, you can stay as long as you want. Your rates will never go up. There are no contracts. We bill bi-weekly. You can quit anytime you want. So we give you the flexibility that you're not in a contract and you're not even committed to a month, but yet we give you a lifetime rate lock so that you can stay as long as you'd like to and never have to worry about rates going up. And so this is the lowest price we are ever going to offer. It's not going to last long. We have very strict limits on how many members we can accept at this level. So if you haven't been to our website before, it's mercurysignals.com, and you can take a look at the pricing. If you have any questions and you want to contact me, my email address is markanthony@mercurysignals.com. And if whether this is the first video that you've watched or you've regularly viewed them, we thank you so much for your time. We know time is one of the most valuable commodities that we have. We hope that everybody in your family, in your life, in your circle of friends is healthy. We hope that you get through this on sound economic footing. But most importantly, we wish the best to your family. God bless you. God bless your family. And we hope to see you again soon. Thanks for being here.